I normally start my market updates with what's happening nationally, but this month I want to start with a few local trends first, because what's happening here, especially in certain price ranges, is really driving how the market is behaving. And if you want to stay informed about what's happening locally, be sure to subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of information I share every month. What really stands out is how much demand we've been seeing under the $200,000 price point. Nearly half of all pending homes are falling into that range, which tells us there's a very strong buyer demand there. We also see some noticeable increases in pending home sales in March, but that doesn't necessarily mean the market suddenly accelerated. Some of that activity may have been pulled forward by buyer assistance programs, which brought a lot of buyers into the market at the same time. So this is something we'll want to watch as we move into April to see whether the trend continues or starts to level out. And I'm seeing this play out in real time. I recently had a buyer who wanted to look at a home priced at $154,000. Before they even had a chance, it had 3 strong offers and was under contract in 3 days. Here's another example. A home priced in the mid-200s with 4 bedrooms and a 3-car garage was priced very strategically. That home received 11 offers and went under contract for significantly over asking price within 5 days. They had so many showing requests, they had to stop taking appointments. So what does this mean if you're thinking about selling? One of the most effective strategies right now is not pricing at the very top of the range. It's pricing at a number you would feel comfortable selling at, because that can create competition and in many cases drive the final price higher. So if you have a home under $200,000 in good condition and you've been thinking about selling, this is definitely a time to have a conversation. Now, the one thing to keep in mind with that under $200,000 price range, some of that increase in activity may be tied to JHAP, a down payment assistance program that recently opened up specifically within the Joplin city limits. Since that program could only be used within the Joplin city limits, it naturally concentrates more buyer activity into the city, especially at the lower price points. And when more buyers are focused in the same price range and location, that can drive multiple offers and faster moving homes. So location matters here, not just price. Since JHAP funds have already been allocated, it'll be interesting to see how that affects the numbers moving forward, especially as we look at pending listings in April compared to March. In some cases, that could mean we see some homes come back on the market if financing doesn't come together as expected. Now let's zoom out and look at what's happening nationally, because this helps explain the bigger picture behind what we're seeing locally. Mortgage rates have been a little more volatile recently. A lot of that has to do with global uncertainty. Things like geopolitical events and energy prices can push rates up and down in the short term. But even with that movement, affordability has improved compared to where we were last year. Payments today are still lower than when rates were over 7%, which is helping bring some buyers back into the market. Another factor helping affordability is that incomes are rising faster than home prices right now, which is helping bring things back into a more balanced position. At the same time, we are seeing more sellers come into the market as we move into spring. That's typical for this time of year, and it's giving buyers more options. But here's what's interesting. Not all of that inventory is brand new. Some sellers are choosing to pull their homes off the market if they don't get the price they were wanting and then relist it later. So, inventory is growing, but in some cases it's because homes are staying on the market longer, not necessarily a new influx of inventory. Buyer activity is also starting to increase. It's not a surge, but a steady improvement, which is a positive sign after the slower pace we've been seeing. Of course, the seasonal uptick in spring also needs to be taken into account. Now, let's talk about prices, because this is where a lot of people have questions. Prices are not crashing, but growth has definitely flattened. And this is a really important shift to understand. On this graph, you can see the orange portion of each bar shows homes that sold above asking price. The gray is homes that sold at asking, and the green shows homes that sold below asking. What you can see is that over the past few years, we've had fewer homes selling above asking and more selling at or even below the list price. That means pricing correctly matters more than ever. Overpriced homes are sitting longer, while well-priced homes are still attracting strong interest. Now, bringing this back to our local market. Across Joplin and the surrounding areas, we're seeing a consistent pattern. Homes are still selling, but they're taking a little longer to sell, and buyers are being more selective. At the same time, most homes are still selling very close to their asking price, but remember that price reductions are happening sooner in the listing period, and some sellers are pulling their listings and relisting at a lower price. So this is not a distressed market, it's just a more balanced one. In Joplin, we're seeing just over 2 months of inventory, homes taking around a month to sell and selling very close to list price. That tells us there is still steady demand, but buyers are taking a little more time. Webb City is showing a similar pattern. Inventory is still relatively low, but days on the market have increased, which again shows buyers are being more thoughtful in their decisions. Carl Junction continues to stand out as one of the faster moving areas, with homes selling very quickly when they're priced right and in good condition. Carthage has a bit more inventory and slightly longer days on the market, which may create more opportunity for buyers in that area. And Neosho sits somewhere in the middle. With a balanced pace, homes are still moving, but not as quickly as some of the other areas. So when you put all of this together, the overall story is this. The market is still moving, but it's not rushed. Homes are still selling, but buyers are more thoughtful. And pricing and presentation matter now more than ever. If you're thinking about buying or selling, this kind of market actually creates opportunity, but only if you understand how to navigate it. I've been helping people through markets like this for over a decade, and I bring the heart of a teacher to make sure you feel confident and informed every step of the way. If you have questions about your specific situation, I'm always happy to help. And if you'd like to stay up to date on what's happening here in the Joplin area, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next update. I'm Michelle Clemons with Charles Burt Realtors, and when you're ready to move, move with Michelle.